I'm going to show y'all. It's Sunday and I'm getting ready for the week. And like I said earlier, you need to prepare for what the week is going to come. Okay, so I got chicken breast tenders. Okay, this is a go-to my protein sources because it's 0.5 fat, 0 carbs, 26 protein. So it has lower in fat and a higher amount of protein for the serving. Alright, so I'm just going to show you how I like to prepare it and what I use for it. And it's very simple because it literally takes, how long do you say, baby?
30 seconds with that.
It's just, there's no fucking excuse why you can't get to the goals that you want to get. You just gotta fucking do it. You know what I'm saying? So I already have one of these packets in here, and then sometimes you get tenders. They have this little white slit in there. I used to take them off, but I'm gonna talk about that in a minute. The seasoning I got is chicken seasoning. And then this one we got today, McCormick Himalayan pink salt with black pepper and garlic. And I'm throwing a little bit of paprika in there, okay? So what I'm about to do now is put all of them in there. Just a little bit of paprika. I remember Blue's Clues? Salt and pepper had paprika. I didn't even know what paprika was. No cap. Alright. So what I'm gonna do is just put this meat in this Instant Pot. And I'm not gonna lie, I never fucked with Instant Pot before Lauren, she put me on game. But
it's very essential with cooking.
yeah, it's just real simple to use. I mean, there's no excuses why I can't get shit done. So yeah. Put them up in there, locked out. We pressure cook it about, I'll say, 25 minutes for 2 packets. You know what I'm saying?
Make sure it's sealed.
Yeah, sealed. Yeah, and then in 25 minutes, you fucking meat's cooked. And then it's not even dry. It comes.
It's very juicy.
Juicy,
it
falls off. Like a lot of people think, oh, plain chicken and broccoli, same shit over time. That's not what you need to do. That's just, you don't even know why. Stop following people and learn a little bit of logic when it comes to nutrition. And it's funny because like some people, they make a big deal about like, oh, what about sodium and saturated fats and you know, the little things and then sugars and all this. I'm like, if you don't even know what a macro is, do not over the line of the little things like that. Like, if you're just trying to get in a better shape and even, you know, beach body ready when that time comes, because it's gonna come, you do not be worried about that stuff. If you can't even track macros or, you know, stick to it, don't be stressing on the little things like that. There's no point. Okay, so what Lauren's gonna do now is, because I eat a whole lot of meat throughout the day, a week, honestly.
He eats almost a pack of tenders a day with how much he has to eat. And then since he eats
sorry, my dog's gonna wait. Go ahead.
Since he eats chicken tenders because it's low in fat, I am bulking, so I eat
Tell him how many calories you're eating.
Right now I'm eating 2,700. He's about to up that because I have held my weight for 2 months probably. And it's time for me to gain another 10 pounds. So
yeah,
I'm about to up my food to what? 2,900?
about so.
We'll see. But with that, I can have fat. So I'm eating chicken thighs.
And I like to, I like to eat chicken thighs too, but just, it depends on what my numbers are or what I'm gonna mix it up with, okay?
Yeah, he eats chicken thighs maybe once or twice a week. Again, depends on what his meals are, which meals he has more leverage with, fat-wise. But
and then let me get back in this thing. What I was talking about earlier, you know, the photo shoot and stuff. I don't want to speak on what's to come for me because I'm just gonna show you. I'm not gonna. See, I already fucking shit up. I'm not. The people that I'm close to know what life has in store for me in the next couple of months. I'm gonna share that with y'all when it gets there.
As it hits.
So what I'm getting ready for, you know, what I'm cutting, and you know, I'm very disciplined and
very disciplined.
Yeah. So the goal that I have for myself, I have to be, because I don't need a stage to get me motivated. I don't need that shit. That shit's in me. Got the inner dog in me. So yeah, so my goal is to cut. Okay, keep it plain and simple, because I'm gonna show y'all what's gonna happen for the next couple of months. See what happens. Lauren's growing. Okay, she's eating 2,700 calories for a female, and she stalled with that. So we're about to up her food, and then I want to see what she looks at 150. And keep in mind, when I met her, you ate how much?
You started training when I was 123, and that was in May. And the goal was 140, and I hit 139, and then fell down, and then got back up.
She was going down with it. She couldn't maintain it, and then her metabolic adaptation. I'm not gonna go into that, but she finally was able to hold it.
And I've been holding my weight for a while now, and so since I'm steady with it, my body's used to the amount of food I'm eating, so that's why we're upping it. And with that, I can eat way more food.
She has good
chicken thighs.
Yeah. So we eat good quality food. We don't be eating like.
Except for when I want my hot Cheetos and Buddy Buddies.
But she can do that though, because what I'm saying is you need to be eating quality food just for your health purposes. And I feel better eating good healthy food. And she is eating so much that she can do that. She's bulking. She's put on size and weight, and she didn't put on a lot of excessive body fat, which that's what you're supposed to do. A lot of people say, "Oh, I'm bulking," and get fucking fat. Nah, bro, you're not fucking fat. You're just eating like, you're not bulking. You're just eating like shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then that's why the bulk growing is actually the most important thing. So next time you cut, you should be better.
Yeah.
A lot of people just fuck their shit up. Go ahead, babe.
So on top of that, just lifting so much weights and being steady with heavy lifting.
So yeah, she's about to show y'all how to do these chicken thighs.
So I recently learned how to make my new favorite chicken thighs. I used to use, I don't even remember the brand, but it was a honey teriyaki or Caribbean jerk marinade. I switched to ranch seasoning, and I just use about 1.5 packs on a whole pack of chicken thighs. And so I just mix it all in there, and then on top of that, just like what David used on his chicken tenders, it's chicken seasoning from Salt Lick. It's a barbecue company. Very good. This with the Hidden Valley Ranch seasoning, it was a game changer. So I just mix the two of those, and I bake the thighs. Depending on the texture, as he mentioned in the Instant Pot, it comes out like shredded chicken if you're gonna pressure cook it. But for these, I like them to be a little bit crispier, so I bake them at 350 for 20 to 22 minutes, and then broil them for probably about 5 minutes. So it kind of depends. If you have an air fryer, you can do that for 3 minutes. But
that's our next investment.
Yeah, I really want an air fryer because, again, like he said, with him eating the same thing over and over, it's all about seasonings and changing it up, and also changing up the texture. An air fryer, I think, would be a good move for us. So we go between baking, cooking chicken on the skillet, and then of course Instant Pot. That's our main go-to. So I'm gonna.
So tell them how you do the oven. Like how long again?
So
and
350 for these thighs. I do 350 for 20 to 22 minutes, just baking. And then I don't flip it halfway through, you can. And then I always want to make sure the top is facing upward. The top of the thighs. And then whenever I broil it for a couple minutes, it makes it crispy on the outside, which I like. So it's crispy on the outside, juicy on the inside. And it also makes this white sauce that's kind of buttery, and it's just really good. And if you eat it with rice, I like to use a spoon and put some on my rice and on top of my chicken, and it's to die for. So that's what I'm hooked on right now food wise when it comes to making my chicken and prepping it. So yeah. All right, I'm gonna lay, it's very seasoned if you can tell. I am somebody who loves seasoning. I would rather drown my meat in seasoning than it tastes too bland. So I lay it out, the top faced up. I do spread it out just because it cooks easier sometimes. Or whenever I first started eating chicken thighs in the oven, I would keep it folded and then the middle would be raw. I've learned. I don't do that no more. So I lay them out flat, and as soon as they're all flat, I take more seasoning and I just sprinkle the top, and that's it. So it's very simple, very easy, very tasty. So I'll scoop the goods out. We are going to show you the finished part, what it looks like at the end. We'll show you the different textures of the Instant Pot as well as the chicken thighs once they're baked and broiled. So yeah. Chicken that we showed you, what else we eat veggie wise is asparagus and potatoes. Those are our two main sources. Potatoes for carbs and asparagus. David can only eat green beans and asparagus, so that's what he chooses to eat in his meals. So I just wanted to show y'all how we prep them every week. These are very essential in our meals. And on top of the chicken are steak. I eat ribeye steak just because it's more fatty. I'm bulking, my numbers are higher, I need that extra fat. David eats flank steak just because it's the leanest cut of steak. And tonight I'm eating steak and he's just eating his chicken. But as far as the asparagus and the potatoes, I usually use olive oil spray instead of olive oil because that is full of fats and the spray has 0 grams. But since I'm out, I'm just going to use vegetable oil. I use it to prep the veggies before I season them, just so that the seasoning sticks. Spray a good amount on there. And as far as the oven, I set it to 425. So before you start prepping, set the oven just so it heats up and preheats while you're seasoning. For both of them, I love this McCormick garlic, herb, and just garlic and herb. Our essentials, we use it on all veggies, chicken, pretty much anything and everything. They also have one that's Himalayan salt, which we just found. So we started using that one. I just sprinkle a hefty amount. I love my seasonings, as you know. Sprinkle it all over. I am a garlic lover, so the more the merrier. And then, of course, your cracked salt and pepper. I don't like the regular little shakers. I have to have the cracked ones. It just, to me, the quality is better. It tastes better, especially in the pepper. Put a good amount on there. For the potatoes, I love oregano. It just kind of gives it more of an herby flavor. So I'll put a little bit of oregano on it. Perfect. And then for asparagus, I put a little bit of paprika and I put some also on the potatoes. So just a little amount. And yeah, that's what we do for the veggies. We put it in again at 425. I put it for about 25 minutes. Check it. Sometimes it needs to go in for a couple more just because of potatoes. If you want to use a spoon and kind of mix them up during maybe halfway through. For the potatoes, you can. You don't have to. I don't personally. And then for the steaks, I have to have them marinated. I used to just use the McCormick, or is it the Montreal steak seasoning, the dry seasoning? I'm not really into that. So I found the dry seasoning that I do use first, Montreal. And then on top of that, I found a liquid marinade, which I cook it in. This one is, I believe, the brown sugar. The original one is amazing. I just discovered this one, so I'm really excited to try it. But these, I don't even set it in there for the whole 30-minute marinade. I put it in there for a few minutes. Well, at first I season it with the dry seasonings, and then I put this on top, let it sit for a few minutes, and then I sear it on a cast iron skillet. These are thinner cuts than what I usually do, so I'll probably have it one minute on each side. Then I'll pop it in the oven at 350 for about 3 minutes just to make sure it's cooked medium how I like it. But if it's the thicker cut, I do about 3 to 4 minutes seared on each side and then stick it in the oven for about 10 minutes. So whatever your preference is, I used to only do it on the skillet, then I learned it doesn't come out how I want. So I got the tip of putting it in the oven. It stays juicy, it's more flavorful, and then you get leftover sauce that you can kind of put on rice or on veggies, etc. So these are also staples in our weekly meal.